What's going on? This is Wesley Virgin here. Hey, welcome to another Millionaire Midnight Rant, folks. Welcome to the podcast here. I'm your host, your favorite millionaire, and I go live to give all of you the opportunity to pick my brain, to ask questions about success, about manifestation, about anything that you need to hear to achieve your goals. Okay? For you to travel the world, for you to have what you want. I'm here to give you the so-called secrets, the so-called cheat code to success and earning your first million so you can let your boss know that you're done, so you can finally live life on your terms. Hey guys, how are you? So go ahead and comment your names here below, and definitely go ahead and smash the like and share button. That does support me and allows me to continue to do this based off your shares and your likes. And let me tell you why. Because if you don't like this, okay, and if you don't share this, then maybe I am not doing a great job of mentoring you, which means I'll need to shut down the rant, the podcast, which is okay. So the more you like and share the podcast, the video, even on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, it tells me that what I'm doing is significant to you, and you would like me to continue to do this. Hey, Jennifer, how are you? So go ahead and hit the like and share button if you are indeed getting value. Hey, Travis, how are you, man? Stevie, Melanie, how are you? Armenia. Okay, Armenians in the house. Fab. We got Norwood here. Angela. Ped. How are you? So let's do another Q&A. Jessica, how are you? Hey, Nicole. Let's do another Q&A here tonight, okay? Ask me anything. If you love the view, hit the like and share button. If you love the view. I mean, I love showing the view. And let me tell you a quick story. This view, I wrote this in my vision board 15 years ago. I was staying in an apartment and I only had a window. I had a small window. No, wait, did I have a window? You know what? I didn't have a window. Believe it or not, in my bedroom. Does anybody that's live with me here tonight doesn't have a bedroom window? I didn't have a window. Wow. And I would dream and visualize that one day I would have one. And I didn't want a window. I wanted a view. Okay? You know, at night when I was in that small little one bedroom apartment, I would just visualize myself having a view. And look at it. Bam. It happened. It took place. I manifested it. So that's just the goals to show you. And let me tell you what I did. I just wrote down my goals and dreams, honestly. I wrote down my goals and dreams. And I suggest you do the same thing. And I know in the beginning when you write down your goals and dreams, you might think it's not going to materialize. But I'm here to tell you that it will. I got a question here from Muga. Does your woman drive your cars, Wesley? Hey, woman, do you drive my cars? Woman, she's asleep right now. No, she has her own cars. I mean, she did drive my Euros at one time, the Lamborghini, but she has a brand new Model X Tesla that Daddy West purchased for her. So she's loving her Tesla right now. Hey, Tiffany, how are you? Jen Sir, Miss Tattoo, how are you? I have a window of a parking lot. Oh, wow. Josh Dizzy. Don't worry, Josh, man. Keep working. Keep believing. Yeah, most of all, keep working. And one day you'll have that view of Central Park. questions here. Talk to me. Yeah, she actually has the Model X plaid. Like, we're not regular over here, okay? We don't do anything. Like Wesley Virgin, I don't do anything regular, which means if you have a choice from the regular version, which is the Model X regular version, or the plaid, of course I'm going to get the plaid. If I have a choice from getting the sport or super sport, of course I'm going to buy the super sport. If I have a G-Wagon, I'm not going to buy the small G-Wagon. I'm going to purchase the 4x4. Like, I don't do anything regular. I have a Van Cleef. I don't have the regular Van Cleef. I have the diamonds. That's just how I rock. That's just how it is. And my woman, she rocks the same way as well. Questions here, talk to me. Oh, okay, Josh, you get into Model S plaid. That's cool. Angela, Ziaco, how are you? Hey, Connie, how are you? Come on, folks, talk to me. You know, yesterday you guys asked some very, very deeper questions. I did, and I like that. And I want you to think about it like this. If you had the opportunity to interview me, okay? Say I'm there with you in your home. You know, I'm worth millions of dollars. I'm living my dream. You're working towards that. And if you had to interview me on a podcast, what would you ask me? Okay? Like, what would be the questions that you would ask me? Okay? Think about it for a second. Hey, Treyos, how are you? Hey, Anthony. Hey, Josh, how are you? Like, if you were interviewing me right now in your home on your podcast, what questions would you ask me? You know, I'm a firm believer of standing on the shoulders of giants, which means that you don't have to suffer to be successful. You should learn from others who are already successful. Okay, that's what I did. Stand on the shoulders of giants. Like, tap other successful people on their shoulder and ask them questions. It'll help you, so you don't die old and poor, regretting everything that you didn't do in your life. Do you delegate some of your work? I do. Does my eating habits determine my future? Well, it all depends. Yeah, there are some people that are overweight that are successful money-wise. But me, success is just not money. Success to me is being able to have energy, to be healthy, to feel good. Okay? So I guess it just really depends on how you define success. Success to me is having a lot of money. It's being healthy, being able to have energy and vitality, right? And, you know, regardless of how old I get, I'm still going to have the same energy, the same vitality. I'll still work out, still lift weights. I'll still do Pilates, and I'm still going to look phenomenal. So I would say you should consider eating healthy. Because most people don't do well because they don't feel well. Like, you need the energy to work. You need the energy to work longer than other people. And to do that, it's important to eat the right foods. Okay. What was the biggest mental shift that helped you go from where you were to where you're now? Well, I'll share a few mental shifts reading books. At the age of 27 years old, I read my first self-development book. Can anybody name that book? If you have been a listener of mine for a while, you should know the first book that I read. I was overseas in Afghanistan as a contractor for the government, and I was recommended this book. I had just joined a network marketing organization. Even though I was in Afghanistan working 7 days a week, 12 hours a day, I was introduced to this one book, and it was a huge shift. Can anybody name that book? Somebody? Oh, there you go, Norwood. Yep. Secrets of a Millionaire Mind. If you have not read that book, read it. It's a quick read. It's an easy read. It's not difficult. It's not a difficult read at all. It talks about the wealth files of the rich and the poor. Read it. Secrets of a Millionaire Mind by T.K. Harv Eker. Hey, Lucky Lou, how are you? Hey, Becca, how are you? Diego. Next question for me here. Tony. Okay, talk to me. Let's go deeper tonight. I like the questions here, but let's go deeper here tonight. Some of you are 20, 30, and 40 years old. You're getting older. Some of you are afraid to ask the question that's on your mind right now. Like, I genuinely want to help you win for free, by the way. All right? I'm not asking for your credit card. This is genuine, brutally direct advice from a millionaire. I mean, what are the odds that you'll have the opportunity to converse, to be able to leave your comments below? And I can answer that question in real time here. What's one major failure you experienced, and how did you turn it into a stepping stone? Yeah, so I'll share the major failure that I dealt with before I made $1 million. You want to hear that story? I've shared the story before. Let me see if I can shorten it a little bit because it's a long story. But I own a company by the name of 7dayfitness.com. And I tried for several years to make 7dayfitness.com work. 7dayfitness.com was a website where you can log on and you can watch 7-minute videos of me working out, and you have to pay for the subscription. And I had the opportunity to go to Vegas. At that time, I was emailing people, asking them to help me. Say, hey, help me. I want to make money. What do I need to do? Some people responded, some people didn't. Then I joined a mastermind online. True story, I was paying $1,000 a month on a credit card that I couldn't pay off. But at that point, I was willing to do whatever it took, honestly. And, baby, you all right? Oh my God, you all right? We need to get called hospital, man? No, she good. All right, so $1,000 a month that I was paying for his mentorship. And this guy gave me some great advice. I'm not going to lie to you. I'll never forget who the guy's name was, Craig. He was doing very well in the internet marketing space. And I said, Craig, I'm emailing people every day. I'm looking for affiliates, somebody to promote my product and help me with this copy. And no one's responding, man. Where do I find affiliates? He said, Wes, you need to go to events. He said, you need to get off your ass, get out your house, and you need to meet the people that you're emailing. Because listen, when people are successful and rich and wealthy, they're getting tons of emails, DMs. Everybody wants their attention. So the reason why millionaires are rich, because they are focused, right? And to be focused is to isolate yourself and to separate yourself from the bullshit. So I took his advice. I went to Vegas, and then I would meet this guy. He's a bald-headed Canadian guy from Montreal. And, we hit it off. We just was cool, because I went to that party. And I probably was the only one at the party that wasn't making money. But let me tell you how I got in the party, because I was just positive. I know that sounds crazy, but it's a true story. Like, having a positive attitude will get you a long way in life. And I went to Vegas, I went to an event, and I went to the party, and people just liked me. Because I always had a smile on my face. I was always positive. I never approached people with desperation. I was never saying, oh my God, nothing's working. Oh my God, what am I going to? I would never do that. Even when I was broke. When I was pitching 7-Day Fitness to several people at that party, I said, hey, so what do you do? Hey, I'm Wesley Virgin. I own 7dayfitness.com. We're the first health and fitness company that's online. And we have these 7-minute workouts that you can do to lose weight quicker. You don't have to spend 45 minutes. You don't have to go to the gym, just from your home, watch your video, and you're done. I was pitching it to everybody that night. To this one guy, Montreal guy, his name was Joe. He decided to work with me. He said, Wes, I like you. You're just so positive, man. Let me see if we can work together. Joe was making about $400,000 a month, right? And I was grateful. And I was excited. I remember getting back on the plane and going home and being very excited about working with Joe. And then me and Joe got to work, okay? To make a long story short, 7-8 months of the hardest work ever. I mean, I'm talking about, it was a ton of work. It was difficult because I was broke. So imagine working. I'm not working a job at this time. Working, creating videos, changing the copy, learning a lot of new content and new methods and procedures. And it was a lot. And in 8 months, we were getting ready to launch. And they was having an event for platinums for a company called ClickBank. ClickBank is an affiliate marketplace on the internet. And I got the opportunity to go. They let me go, even though the people there all made $400,000 a month, right? I was making no money. But they let me in. Why? Because of my PMA. I swear to God, my positive mental attitude. You can ask anybody. They just love me. They say, yeah, Wes, come on, Wes. We like you. And I said, oh man, that's amazing. Thank you so much. So they let me go, and I'm there because I want to celebrate with Joe, because we're getting ready to launch 7-Day Fitness again. I've worked on this company for 7 to 8 years. It was failing every single year. And finally I had a breakthrough. And I remember Joe coming in. He had 2 girls on the side. Those Montreal people, man. In Montreal, everybody looks amazing. The men and the women, they're just very beautiful people, right? So Joe had these 2 beautiful women on his arm. I'm like, Joe! I'm excited. I'm happy. I'm eating the free food. I'm at the Four Seasons Hotel, eating the hors d'oeuvres and eating all the little, the little oysters and the little, whatever. Having a good time. And I'm talking to Joe, and I'm like, Joe, man, thank you so much. We're going to kill it. He said, absolutely, Wes. He said, let me talk to you for a second. And we went inside of the Four Seasons Hotel in the foyer, and I was excited. I said, Joe, before you say anything, I just want to thank you for everything that you've done. You've really helped me and assisted me and mentored me for the last 7 to 8 months. Just recreating the product, and we're getting ready to permeate the product. It's getting ready to enter the world. Of course, I'm going to make a lot of money. You're going to make a lot of money. I just want to thank you so much, man. I've worked so hard for so many years to get to this point. Just want you to know, man, just thank you. He said, hey, no problem, Wes. But, he said, but, y'all. I'm like, what? But. He said, Wes, I know we spent a lot of time and money on the project, but we came to the decision that we're not going to launch it. And I couldn't believe it. Like, everything was done. The videos were done. The VSL, it was a lot of work, a lot of time. Because it was my first time actually doing it properly, the right way. And he says that we're not going to move forward. Let me be very honest with you. The black in me wanted to slap the crap out of Joe. I wanted to slap the dog. I did. I'm going to be honest. I was thinking it in my mind. because everything I betted, like I was like betting my life on this man, right? And it happens. You take risks, as entrepreneurs, you take risks, you take leaps of faith. But let me tell you what I did. Thank God for the books. I was reading a lot of books at that time in self-development and self-help. And let me tell you something developed within me that caused me to say this. I said, don't worry about it, Joe. Thank you for the opportunity, man. Maybe next time. And with a smile on my face, I went back to the party. So that was a major, you may say that was a failure, right? Because like I was betting on this. Like I bet everything on this. And I think what people do, they just cry and moan and bitch and, oh, I can't believe I did all this. I gave all this money, blah, blah, blah. You don't know my life and blah, blah. We tend to go into a spiral. Just the average person. Many of you, if you would have did exactly what I did, many of you would have spiraled out. You would have cried. You would have cursed Joe out. You would have went back to your hotel. You would have got drunk. I mean, you would have did all type of things that would probably debilitate into your future. But I said, something better is going to take place. That's what I said in my mind. I said, all this means is something better is going to happen. I didn't know what that better meant. I just said it out of my mouth. I think I read a book that says, ask and ye shall be given. It's a good book, by the way, by Jerry Hicks and Esther Hicks. So I just said what I wanted out of my mouth. I said, you know what? Something better is going to take place. All this means is something better. I'm going to get a better deal. And let me tell you something. That night when I went back to the party, I ended up meeting another guy. And there was a new partnership within 24 hours. True story. So, the moral, even though that was a question that somebody asked me, the moral is when you think, and I get it, when you think that it is raining, it is stormy, when life is painful, business is painful, it is dark, I get it. You may be on your last dime, your last everything. However, if you decide to say that something better is going to take place, all this means there will be a better and bigger opportunity. I want you to understand something. There will, because the bigger opportunity was like with Joe, I was getting 25%. He was getting 75%. Right? That was the deal. So thank God I didn't take that deal, because like a year later, I ended up getting 100% of the deal by launching my own product and making about $20 to $30 million. Get it? So I have to thank God. I had to really appreciate that, because sometimes when you're in something, when you're in that dark spot or you stuck, you don't see the success or you don't see the land of paradise, but it exists, and it's something better that's going to be handed to you. There's something better. I'm telling you, I've experienced it so many times. There's always something better when you expect it to be better. Does that make sense, ladies and gentlemen? Okay? Where were you when you met Joe in Vegas? Las Vegas. Next question for me here. The Black and Me, the new book, huh? Because I'm not like a typical black man. Like, I'm not like a street black man. I wouldn't even say I'm educated. It's just like, I'm just not. I'll tell you this. When I went to jail, not for nothing serious, folks, but when I went to jail for traffic tickets, everybody in the cell would say, oh, you green. And I didn't understand what they meant by that. I said, green? What do you mean? I'm green. I'm black. So now you green, man. Like, because a lot of those guys, they were from the streets, right? Street smart. I am not street smart, obviously. And they said, you're green, which means that you're new. That you just new to everything, right? And new to that life. Yeah, so I don't know. I couldn't comprehend. All right. Finest Lioness. Hilda, how are you? Next question for me. I'm going to scroll up here. You transform your body while building wealth. What's the simplest, most effective fitness strategy for someone who struggles with consistency? Well, consistency is the name of the game. If you struggle with consistency, then you're done. Like, you'll never do anything worthwhile if you can't make a decision to be consistent. I say, think like this. Fast forward 10 years of not being consistent. Where will you be? You know, from a physical standpoint, from a health standpoint, from a financial standpoint. Like, if you decide not to be consistent for the next 10 years, you're going to be worse. You're going to be fatter, more overweight. You're not going to look healthy. You're going to be broker than ever before. Credit scores are going to be terrible. So, like those 10 years, the next 10 years, if you continue to go the way that you're going, your life is going to diminish. You will become a degenerate. Okay? You will become the person or the people that, other people talk about. So don't be that guy. Julie, how are you? You're very welcome. What are the top 3 habits or daily rituals that contributed to most of your financial success? Yeah, meditation. I meditate daily. That's 1. 2, I always say what I want. Okay, that's what's unique about me. I say what I want. And I continue to say it until it happens. And the next thing is I just take action. I work. Like, I don't spend too much time researching, asking everybody what I should do. I just do it. If it doesn't work, then I do something different. But I don't spend a ton of time making decisions. I make quick decisions. I'm a very decisive person. So those 3 for sure. Next question for me here. Hey, Dominique Luga, how are you? Dominica. Julie Austin. Gaya. Native Beauty. Michelle Savage, how are you? Larissa, how are you? Questions here. You say what you want. What does that sound like? Just want to hear how you do it. When I say, I give you an example, like tomorrow when I wake up, I might say, I'm going to make $1 million today. Yeah. And maybe I didn't make $1 million today, but I'm going to continue to say it. Like tomorrow morning, I'm going to say it again. I'm going to make $1 million today. I'm going to make $1 million today. I'm going to have the greatest workout ever in the gym. Makes sense? I mean, tomorrow I got Pilates, right? So my Pilates workout is going to be amazing. I'm going to stretch. I'm going to build my muscles intrinsically. My body is going to look more fit, more lean, just perfect. 225, 230 pounds of solid lean muscle. So that's what I'm talking about. I just say what I want. Regardless if it happens or not, I don't care. I'm just going to continue to say it, though. Where do I draw the line between telling people my goals and dreams? You shouldn't. Right? I mean, what's the purpose? I guess, what's the point of telling someone your goals and dreams? Like, why are you telling them? And you're probably sharing that with them because you want them to be happy for you, correct? Well, what you don't realize, you're talking to people who are regular, average people like you once was. And when you tell regular, average people about your goals and dreams, they're not going to, some may be happy for it, but there are the other folks that they're not going to be happy for you. Why would they be happy? Think about it. Do you think your friends and your family want you to pass them up? Do you think they want you to make more money than them? You think they want you to buy their dream car? No. People only say, oh yeah, you're going to do it. I encourage you. You're amazing. You're going to hit it. And then when you hit it, then you will expose who they really are. You know how many people encourage me and say, oh yeah, you're going to do it, Wes. You're going to do it. You're going to do it. You're going to do it. And when I did it, they're like, man, you forgot where you came from. Man, you think you so good, you can't even answer my phone. You can't even answer my text. Man, you're going to be broke in 2 years. You're going to spend all your money. You buying all those cars. That's stupid. I mean, true story. I can tell you about a guy that I looked up to that was on the clickbank.com. He was the older guy. And he was the only one guy that actually kind of conversated with me on DM, on Instagram. No, not Instagram, on Facebook. And, you know, he would just give me some advice. Said, man, just Wes, keep going, man. And he was killing it. He was like number 2. He was making millions of dollars probably a month, right? I'm making no money. And he said, man, Wes, just keep going, man. You're going to get it one day. I'm telling you. You're going to get it, man. I'm proud of you. You're focused and you're positive. Keep doing it. You know, 3 years later, I hit it. 3 years later, I hit it. And I was invited to a private 8-figure mastermind. I'll never forget this. It was in Dominican. And I was around a lot of successful people. You had to be very successful to go. But I was the most successful for that group. So it was a company name like BioTrust. And I was an affiliate for them. And basically how it works is, since I was an affiliate for them, but I made the most money for them out of the group, if that makes sense. Like I made so much money that they gave me a Rolex watch. So I was the top dog at the retreat. And they gave me a particular room. You know, obviously I'm the top dog. I get a top dog room. And let me tell you, the guy that I reached out to on Facebook, you know, that was giving me all the advice and encouraging me and saying, oh, man, I'm so proud of you. I know one day you're going to hit it. He took my room. Like, he tried to take my room. Let me get that. Let me correct my. He tried to take my room because he was staying in a bunk bed room. Okay? And that's just how it is. You know, when you get invited to some of these private retreats, if it's, you know, the person that's making the company the most money, obviously going to get treated handsomely. And that was me at that time. And I said, I think you're in the wrong room. His name was John. I think you're in the wrong room. Like, he's an older, bald, white guy. He's like 50 plus, right? I said, hey, John, I think you're in the wrong room, my guy. He said, what do you mean? I said, according to the itinerary, this is my room. And I had to call the other guy, you know, the head guy. He said, yeah, John, this is not your room. He was complaining about his back. Well, I don't know if I can sleep on a bunk bed. You know, I got a bad back and blah, blah, blah. And basically, John slept on the bunk bed. Not until he told me, and this is what he told me to my face. I remember it was on my balcony. I was with this other guy, Rob, another white guy. He was cool. And John was there. And John was like, he looked me in my eyes and said, you know what, Wes? The same guy that was encouraging me, the same guy that says, oh, I can't wait till you hit it. You're going to hit it. This is what he told. I swear to God. This is what this man told me. Okay, 50 plus years old. I'm like 35. He says, you know what? You're going to be broke in 2 years. You buying all these cars we see on Instagram, flaunting your stuff, just showboating all this shit, just wasting your money. You're going to be broke in 2 years. I said, okay, we'll see. Like, I was kind. I wasn't belligerent. You know, I didn't go back and forth with John. I said, okay, John. It was disheartening, honestly. I was disappointed in John. You know, I was hoping that John would be proud of me. I thought John actually wanted me to win. And I tell you that story because the people that you think that want you to win, when you win, you will see their true color. I'm telling you, you will see. The real person will birth you. They will be exposed. So don't waste your time telling people about, oh, this is my goal, this is my dream. Don't do it. All right? Because in their mind, it's impossible. In their mind, they say, well, you got bad credit. How are you going to do this? Oh, you don't have any money. How are you going to do this? You need to be worrying about your kids. They're going to give you every excuse for you not to do it. So why even tell people about your goals and your dreams that are just like yourself? Okay? You can tell me, because me, I'm going to encourage them, say, hey, you got this. You're going to make it happen. Absolutely. Let's go. I'm going to be your biggest fan. But don't tell people like yourself. Don't tell all your friends and your family. Don't talk to them. Okay? Chuck said I gave him that Denzel voice. I said, okay. Honestly, that's exactly what I said. I said, okay. 2 years, huh? Well, it's been 10 plus years. And at that time, I had 3 cars. I have 8 now. I have 10 rental properties. Yeah. I have more money. A lot more money. And, yeah. And not just that, I'm making people millionaires. So, yeah. I wonder what John is doing now. I haven't heard from John. I don't know. I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen his product. I don't know what happened to John. Oh, John. Where did he go? What's next here? King West, you have extremely high standards. How did you develop and anchor these rich and luxurious standards while coming from a lower socioeconomic area? That's a good question, Anthony. I think I just realized, once I saw more, I wanted more. I remember working for a car dealership in Houston, Texas by the name of Monument Chevrolet. The previous name was Timmer Chevrolet. And I was close with the CEO because I was the computer technician for the dealership. I was making $7 an hour. And to be honest, that man, he was an older white man. He exposed me to the rich life. I remember one day we got in his fancy car and we had to stop by his garage for his boat, not his car. Yeah, this man had a garage just very specifically for his boat. I mean, I'm like, what? I saw this man's boat, my $1 million boat. And he was telling me how that, on weekends, they do these races and they play cards, they play poker on the boat. I'm like, what? It was another world. So that was my first glimpse of what success was. So when I saw it, I wanted it. So I was just willing to do whatever it took to get it. Like, I wasn't thinking about I don't deserve this. Yeah, I don't have imposter syndrome, folks. I don't know. I've never had that. Oh, I don't deserve this. I'm just a broke black kid from the south side of Houston, Texas, blah, blah. I don't know. I never had imposter syndrome. Like, I deserve everything. Anything that I'm willing, like me, I understand that you got to put in the work. That's one thing about me. Work, I love it. Even when I was working for people, I was willing to put in the work to get what I wanted. And the more work that I would put in, I will always get what I wanted. So I'm not saying I wanted a boat, but I did want that lifestyle. So I was willing to work for it. I didn't care. And I didn't have to be the smartest person. I didn't have to be a person with a degree, but I outworked people. Honestly, I truly did. Even as an engineer, I was an engineer at one time, computer engineer. I just outworked people. I would do long hours. I would work till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning for companies because I kind of liked it too. I loved the work and I loved what I was doing. But I would just outwork everybody. When everybody was out at the club and hanging out, I was working on the weekends. Yeah, for people, for companies. So that served me when I became an entrepreneur. I wasn't afraid of the work. I wasn't afraid of failure. I wasn't afraid of problem solving. I didn't care. I didn't care how long it took. I'm going to continue to go until it happened. So I didn't have time to have imposter syndrome and to think, I don't deserve this, and I need to, pump myself up and make me believe that I can have a Rolls Royce. I didn't care. I knew I was going to get it, period, because I wanted it. I said I didn't need a meaning, and I didn't need a justification to have those things, even what I have here today. Okay? Folks, are you getting value? Ariella, what's going on? Are you getting value here tonight? Comment the word value if you're learning something here. If someone wants to see radical change in their bank account and body in the next 90 days, what's the number one mental hack they must do daily? That's easy. Meditate. And I get it. I understand. I am a believer. I am a devout meditator. And I know some of you don't understand how meditation can just transform your life. I get it. I get it. Because if you live in the United States of America, very specifically on the West, like we wasn't taught to meditate. We were never taught to understand the law of attraction and mindfulness and doing nothing and being still and allowing your mind unconsciously to work problems out. You ought to read the book, The Power of the Subconscious Mind, game changer book. Like I learned how to utilize my subconscious mind through meditation to solve very complex problems in my business and my life. So meditation, just meditate. And let me tell you why that's so important. Let me see if I can break this down in simple terms. Think about it. The only time when you're doing something, let's say within your company or business, whenever you feel disappointed, bad, or what, it's because you're frustrated, correct? You're frustrated or irritated because something is not happening the way that you want it to happen. Think about it for a second. That's like our entire life. Anytime we're not getting our outcome immediately, we are irritated, frustrated, pissed, angry, disappointed, sad. Why is that? We're impatient. Why are we impatient? Then the next question, like, why do we want it so badly? Like, why does it need to happen today? Right? You have to really think about that. Like, why? Why does it have to happen now? And I'm going to tell you something, because you've been conditioned that way. Here in America, for sure, we are conditioned that we should get what we want now. Like pleasure. Pleasure is in so many forms, especially in America. Let me tell you why. As soon as I log off, if you want to feel some emotion, you can turn on TikTok. You can go on Instagram. You can laugh. You can cry. You can smile. You can be inspired. You can learn something instantly. You can turn on porn. You can just feel sexual feelings instantly. If you want to take a picture, take a picture. It's an instant picture. You want to post a picture. Say if you're feeling down. Say if you're a young lady, you're not feeling your best, and you got a picture in your little phone and you post it because you want validation from men around the world, they will give it to you. They'll start liking you. Oh my God, you're so beautiful. Oh, that's my girl. That's my guy. That's me. Wait, see, what you folks don't realize, we've been conditioned unconsciously that pleasure is available instantly. Smoking. Why do people smoke? Do you think people smoke because they are aware that it's a high possibility that they may contract cancer? No, it's because they just feel good. It makes them feel relaxed. That's why they smoke weed. And why do people drink alcohol? They don't drink alcohol because the taste is just so amazing. It's like, oh my God, this alcohol tastes so good. No, because it makes them feel a certain way instantly. Relaxed, loose. It makes them forget about reality. So, if you live in that world, which we do, especially here in the West, when you start a business or you start working out, you're frustrated because you've been fooled that pleasure is available instantly. Like they'll fool you that you got a headache, take a Tylenol. Right? You want to feel good instantly? Eat a burger, eat a donut, eat a piece of pie. Like it's so many things that are set up on the planet that gives you pleasure instantly. So when you start a business or you start to work out, that formula doesn't fit. Right? Because you can work and get no money. You can just take a leap of faith. You can spend all this money and still fail. You can go to the gym every day and still not lose weight. You're like, what's going on, man? I'm starving myself working out. Well, what's wrong with the weight? Because you've been programmed crazy. You see why isolating yourself from the world is so important? Because the world has conditioned you In my opinion, the world itself are just the media or the circumstance and the situations within the world. It's the reason why the average person fail. It's like set up for you to fail. You don't see it. It's set up for you to fail by giving you instant pleasure. Does that make sense, ladies and gentlemen? Instant gratification. Like if I continue to give you instant gratification, then you are fool and believe that anything that you do, there's a way to get instant gratification. That's why people buy courses on the internet that say you can make $1 million in this month. Just do 2 steps. You can upload this picture and make $1 million with this and make $1 million with crypto and make $1 million with Forex, make $1 million with real estate. Like and you buy it, right? Because you just think it's just step 1, step 2, step 3. And they fooled you. That's just not the case. But it works. We call that marketing. And it works every time. But, when you get a little bit smarter and more intelligent, well, and to do that, you have to separate yourself from the world. What do I mean by separating from the world? Like friends, especially friends that don't make the amount of money that you make, you got to separate yourself from these folks. And I get it. I know some of you want to continue to have these people in your life, and you're hanging by a thread, man. You're thinking that you can actually be in this relationship with this person, and I'm talking about either as a girlfriend, friend, guy, homeboy, partner, whatever, and you're thinking that you're going to soar to the top and you're going to sustain that. You're not going to sustain it, okay? Because if you're making $100,000 a year, your friend is making $30,000, $40,000 a year, what do you think happens to you? Do you think you just start to make $300,000 a year? Like if all your friends make less than you and you spend time with them several times a week, you talk to them several times a week, what you don't realize, you're being programmed. And if you don't believe me, I'll see you in 5 to 10 years. In 5 to 10 years, I'll see you. And we'll see what the bank account looks like. We'll see what your body looks like. We'll look at your addictions and your vices and your habits. Yeah, I know some of you guys some of you ladies and gentlemen are thinking right now. You're like, who am I spending time with? Yeah. The person that you're spending time with, you are becoming. Yeah. If you're spending time with whoever you're spending most of your time with, you are slowly, insidiously becoming them. Like their habits, the way they talk, the way they move, what they eat, what they do, their habits, it's going to rub off on you. If you don't believe me, you'll see. I'll see you in 5 years. What about my baby's father? What? Next question for me here, folks. Starting from scratch, Tony, what would you do to establish yourself with $1,000? I mean, $1,000, that's fine. Let's don't think about $1,000. Let's think about, what do you want to do? What skill do you want to build? I would suggest be a salesperson, Tony. Yeah, don't think about, I got $1,000 in the bank. What do I do with this, Wes? Leave it in the bank or take the $1,000 and put it into some type of ETF or dividend fund, right? I don't think about, people like, I got $20. What can I do with that? I got $50. What do I do with that? Leave it there. Don't put it in the bank, by the way. Take that money and put it into investments and develop a skill. I would suggest learn how to sell. Learn how to sell. If you need to work for a company first, do it. Do door-to-door sales, car sales, any type of sales. Sales teach you how to communicate effectively. Sales will teach you how to articulate yourself, okay? Jordan Peterson says, a man or a woman that can read, write, and speak is dangerous. And I agree. What's next here? Are you learning something here tonight? The person you are spending time with, you are becoming. Oh, absolutely. If you don't believe me, you'll see. You'll see. Oh, my neck hurt. You'll see. Because I know some of you are so stubborn. Like, well, nah, that's my friend, that's my mom, that's my daddy, that's my boy. Yeah, okay. We'll see then. And listen, I'm not saying that you have to cut them off completely, but some people that you used to spend an hour with, maybe 5 minutes. Cut down the time that you're spending with these regular average people. You love them, but they're regular and average. I mean, look at their bank accounts. Look what they drive and how they speak and how they talk. My God. You should want to be around high performance individuals. People that push you, stretch you. Okay? What's next? Next question for me here. Folks, are you getting value? Are you learning something here tonight? Let me know. Are you learning something? Are you learning something here? Okay. Are you assimilating this information here? Are you taking this seriously? I'm looking at the comments below. I don't know. Next question for me. Wesley, you are a blessing. Thank you, King. Well, thank you, and you're a blessing as well. I love all of you. That's why I do this every night. It's fun. I love it. Brenda. Mucho value. Mucho. Any more questions for me? Or shall I say, any more interview questions for me? Yeah. You guys want to hear something interesting? So I was watching a podcast interview today. The name of the podcast is called The Diary of the CEO, I believe. And he had Mr. Beast. Does anybody know who Mr. Beast is? I mean, he's the guy to get millions and millions and millions of views on YouTube. I think he has almost the largest channel on YouTube. He's the guy that, he does all these incredible things for people and just do incredible things, It's a fun video. So, did you know, fun fact, that Mr. Beast, he's only 25. Obviously, he is on paper a billionaire now. He confirmed it today. But did you know that man has Crohn's disease? Now, if you don't know what Crohn's disease is, like, I'm not a doctor, but it's basically your immune system is attacking itself. It has something to do with your GI tract and your immune system, but basically, when he gets sick, sick. Like, he can get a cold. He has to go to the hospital to get a flu. He has to go to the hospital. It takes him longer because his immune system is so impaired and so debilitated. And he says it's extremely painful at times. And I didn't know that. And this man works like a crazy person. I mean, he kind of shared his schedule. He said, man, last year I was on a plane for 200 days out of the year. I'm going and doing this video. I'm doing this and I'm doing this. And I got Crohn's disease, by the way. And And I think about people like yourself who are healthy right now. Like you have no diseases, you have no illness at all. And yet you're still bitching and complaining about how nothing is working, you don't have enough time, and you don't have any resources. And this man has Crohn's disease, which is no cure yet for Crohn's disease. I'm pretty sure that Mr. Beast is going to find a cure. But it's no cure. So just think about living with that pain for the rest of your life and being that man and doing what he does. And he runs a ton of companies, festival company. He records so many. I mean, he works so much you can't even imagine. And you do the bare minimum. Like you do the bare minimum. All of you. You're doing the bare minimum. Disguising it as if you're doing a lot. And you're not. And, and you wonder, like in my opinion, you shouldn't wonder why you're not financially successful. I mean, you're not because you're not doing enough. You're not because you're complacent. You're not because you know that you're lazy. And you're not because you have not made a priority. Like your skill, your company, or whatever you're doing, it's not a priority for you. That means it's a priority for him. Like give an example, he has a warehouse that he does all his video in. In his warehouse, his bedroom is in the warehouse. He doesn't sleep at his home. He sleeps in the warehouse. He says, well, I do that so I can make more videos faster. I can be here so when the videos need to be done, I can be there and get it done. Yeah. And this man is a billionaire. You never know it because he invests all his money back into the business. And most of you're not even 100,000 there yet. And you're still complaining about you're tired. I worked all day. I did this. And this man is working with Crohn's disease. Yeah. Interesting, right? What does it feel like you doing the minimum when you feel like you're doing a lot? You said, why does it feel like you are doing the minimum? Because you are. Like if you feel that you're doing the minimum, when you feel, well, that doesn't make any sense. I guess the better way to ask that is, why do you feel like you're doing a lot, but you're actually doing the minimum? Because you're around a lot of people who do the minimum. That's obvious. You're around a lot of Pookie and Ray Rays. Many of you are still around your same friends, your same family. They don't do shit. They do what you do. And you do just a little bit more. You think that's a lot. You get it? Like some of you create content on the internet, right? You may do a one video here, one video. Like Mr. Beast might have 50, 100 videos a day recording. I mean, what are you talking about? If you're a salesperson and your job is to make calls, some of you think 100 calls a day is what you should be doing. Oh, no. You may not know this guy. The Wolf of Wall Street? Mm-hmm. He said every day he'll make 1,000 calls a day. 1,000. And you making 100 calls talking about ain't nobody picking up. Ain't nobody, well, I guess nobody don't want it. He making 1,000 calls a day. Jordan, what's his name? Who was the Wolf of Wall Street, guys? The guy that took all those people's money. But he's a good salesperson. Jordan Belfort, right? Yeah, Jordan Belfort. This man make 1,000 calls a day. 1,000. Like imagine making 1,000 calls a day. And you just doing 100. Because maybe everybody else around you is doing 100. That's why. You get no pickups, no sales, Because you're not around somebody else that's doing 1,000 calls a day. Right? So the reason why you think you're doing a lot, because you're around a lot of people that's not doing shit. They're not doing nothing. So what you're doing, you think is a lot. Like some of you work out 2 times a week because you're around people that work out 0 times a week. So you say, well, I work out 2 times a week, 3 times a week. I get it in. And you still fat, overweight. Your body is not sexy. It's not attractive at all. And you working out 2, 3 times a week. And you're confused. You say, well, I work out a lot. Compared to who? Compared to your fat, weird body friend? Yeah. Well, that's why. Just to answer that question for you. Yeah, Jordan Belfort. There you go. Okay, so it's just your environment. It's the people that you hang around. That's why. Like, you want to know why you can't work out, can't eat healthy? Because you're around a lot of people who don't work out and don't eat healthy. You know why you're not rich and successful? Because you hang around a lot of people who are not rich and successful. That's obvious. You know why you're not driving your dream car? Because you're around a lot of people that drive regular average cars. Ford Focus, Honda Accord, Ford Taurus, Impala, Corsica. All these weird looking cars. I don't know. That's why. Okay. So that's why you think that you're working hard, but you're not. Because you're comparing your work ethic to normal average people. Get around somebody like me. What's next here? Yeah, get around somebody like me. Get around like I will bring tears to your eyes. Ariella, you on here right now? Ariella would tell you. Ariella's the young lady that I helped make her first million. When she worked with me, Ariella, tell them how many times you cry like a little baby. Because I'm tough. I am. But I get results, though. Okay? And I'm hard. I am. Yeah, I know it is tough. Like, it's tough work with me sometimes. Because I'm a high performance person. Extremely. Okay? And I got the receipts. Well, my receipts are in my garages. My beautiful cars. My receipts. It's my real estate portfolio. My receipts is the money that I have in several brokerage accounts. That's why. Okay? What if you're alone and still don't have those results you're talking about? Keep going, bro. That's it. Lawrence Simone, keep going. Who cares that you're alone? So what? Okay? You're alone. Great. Be alone. Okay? Be alone and do what's necessary. Let me say that one more time. If you are alone right now, okay? If you are alone right now, okay? By yourself, alone. Don't cry. Don't whine. Don't feel bad for yourself and don't expect others to feel bad. Just make it happen, man. Make it happen. You might say, well, Wesley, what do I do? Sell something. If you don't know what to do, get up in the morning, put your clothes on, look good, look sharp. Go to a car dealership, say, hey, my name is blah, 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 and I want to sell for you. Go to another place, hey, my name is blah, 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 I want to sell for you. I want to work as a salesperson. I'm going to be your best salesperson ever. That's what you do. Stop looking for the easy because it don't exist. The people, look, there's a quote that says, if you do what's easy, your life will be hard. You know what an easy life is? You know what easy is? Well, working at Target, working at Walmart, being a cashier, just those regular ass jobs, those just I don't know, just regular jobs. You want somebody else to pay you, You want somebody else to give you the PTO time, give you vacation time, right? That's what you want. Well, your life is going to be hard for the rest of your life. It's going to be a struggle. But if you do, it's hard. And being a salesperson is hard in the beginning. Okay? If you do, it's hard, folks. Your life will be easy. See, the reason why my life is easy now is because I was willing to do what was hard in the beginning. And then you'll realize it's always going to be hard, honestly. Honestly, like life itself, it's going to be hard. So I had a conversation today with my media buyer, because sometimes I think he thinks it's supposed to get easy. He runs ads for me in different platforms, whether it be YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, or whatever. He's great. And I said, young man, it's not going to be easy. Just get that out of your mind. Because sometimes we think, even in internet marketing, oh, man, it should be easier now. Why is it still so hard? Why are we still? It's always going to be hard, period. Just put that in your freaking mind. It's always going to be hard. And once you just come to that conclusion, then, okay, do what's necessary. Because things change every day, especially in the internet world. It's always changing. Okay? What's next here? What's next? Folks, did you get value here tonight? Did you learn something here with your mentor, with your millionaire mentor tonight? They state that Warren Buffett is driving. Who is they, first of all? When you say they state, who is they? A Cadillac STS since 2014. Would this be more of your choice or preference? No. Okay, and how do you know? Do you know Warren Buffett? You just see that one car. How do you know he don't have 1,000 cars in another city or another garage somewhere around the world? Come on, folks. Everything you hear on the internet, man. You guys are insane. Everything you hear on the internet, you think that's just what it is, huh? All right, folks, I guess I'm going to let you go here. Thank you for joining me here tonight. Thank you for joining me here tonight. You all right, man? You want to go get you a haul? No, man, I need to take you to the hospital right now. Hey, guys, thank you for joining me here tonight. Hit the like and share button if you got value. Comment the word value below if you got value. I will be here tomorrow night as well, and every night at this time, midnight, to talk with you. Right? And I'm not here to inspire you nor encourage you. I'm here to educate you. Okay? I'm not here to motivate you. Motivation, that is not the ingredient of success. You'll be a motivated fool. Got to be educated. Okay? You have to learn. And that's what I'm here to do. So thanks for the follow. Thanks for the shares. Also, if you want to listen to more podcasts, just log on to Spotify or Apple Podcasts as well. If you want to get access to my app, I have a new app called Manifest AI. And basically, if you can think it, hear it, you can get it. That's how the app works. It's AI engineered playlists. These playlists are AI engineered with high frequency tones and sounds that, based off your lifestyle, will install new beliefs in your mind, just like music does. All right. If you're looking to eliminate stress, anxiety, buy a new car, whatever it is, we have hundreds of categories that are available to you. You select one, whatever you want, listen to it for 30 to 45 days, and just watch the magic. The app is called Manifest AI in the App Store only. We're not on Android yet. We will be soon. But just go to the App Store, type in Manifest AI. It's free to download tonight, right now. Much love. This is Wesley, $1 billion Virgin. Yeah, that's Manifest AI. Was that Tyra? Yeah, Manifest AI. Again, that is Manifest AI. Android version, give me at least 2 to 3 months. Okay? Much love, and let's go.